Hello, everyone. It is Call from Talking Ball coming at you with no shades, no hat, just male pattern baldness, just being real, keeping it real. Um, this is what the peak male body looks like, ladies, whether you like it or not. Everybody, though, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. As you saw in the title, and as you may have guessed, with my background here, we're doing a bit of an Ange love-in today on Talking Ball, and it's going to be a really good time. I think I'm really excited. I think you guys are going to have fun too. Thank you for being here, whether you're watching live or on a recording. I really appreciate it. There's so much other stuff you can do with your time, yet you choose to be here, and it means the world to me. So thank you. If you don't mind, if this is too much to ask, let me know. But if you could hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's always good times, always good vibes. Rarely ever, maybe never, an argument or yelling or anything like that on this channel. It's just chill, happy, good vibes. Like I said, we've got some Ange Postecoglou love coming up. But first, we're going to start like we always do with a bit of Keep or West Ham. This is the internet's favorite Spurs game show. If you happen to be watching this on a recording, do me a favor. Throw your answers into the comments. We'll kind of go through them on the next episode. Again, I truly appreciate you guys joining me. Couldn't do it without you. One last thing I wanted to say. This channel has a Patreon, and it's kind of what keeps the lights on around here. Right now, we've got two patrons, Chris Peters and Wayne Bonner. Give yourselves a big round of applause, guys. You're really doing the thing, helping me out, helping me make this content that I hope you guys love. And again, if you want to become a patron as well, patreon.com/talkingball. It's pretty easy. Just go there. There's 3 tiers you can check out. All pretty inexpensive. The cheapest one's pretty cheap. And you get some cool stuff. So check it out. Give it a look-see. Hit me up if you have any questions. But all right, everyone. I think that's enough housekeeping. Enough boring stuff. So let's just do the dang thing. You guys ready? That's right, everybody. You know what time it is. It is Keep or West Ham time. This is the Spurs game show where you, the Spurs fan, are presented with 2 Spurs players, current, past, doesn't matter. But you, the fan, have to choose which player stays at Spurs and which player goes to West Ham. Yuck. I wouldn't want to go there, and I wouldn't want to send anybody there, but we're going to have to. We got a short one today, guys, because this is going to be a short episode in general. But our first Keep or West Ham choice is on the way. If you're ready, here we go. Tough one here, guys. We got the old and the new. Turn that down to a tab. We got the old and the new. We've got Bissouma and Moussa Dembele. 2 players that played very similar roles in the squad. 2 players that can definitely hold on to the ball and get past an opponent, lay it off to somebody else, break the lines. It's going to be a hard one. It's hard for me. I made the thing, and I still don't know who I'm going to choose. Wayne Bonner is in the chat. Wayne, I just big up to you real hard. I hope you heard, man. Howdy all. Hope everyone's good, well, and pumped for the Liverpool game. Heck yes, we are, man. Once this 10 minutes is up, I'll tell you how I really feel. But yeah, baby. Wayne, my man. Check it out. We're starting this episode. It's an Ange love-in, but we're starting with a very high-octane keeper West Ham compromise, keep them both, and send Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg or Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. What am I doing? Pierre-Emile Højbjerg to wet spam. I'm afraid that isn't an option, my friend, because, well, I won't tell you why. You'll find out in just a moment. but guys, we've got Moussa Dembele, probably the best ball carrier to ever play at Spurs, at least in my lifetime. I'd put his dribbling on par with Messi, just in you know how hard it is to get the ball off of them. But you have a choice. We've also got the new version, the Dembele 2.0, as I like to call him, in Yves Bissouma. Bissouma can beat a man or two and play the pass that Dembele never could. It's a tough choice for me, really tough choice for me, and I'm still having trouble. At a push, Wayne says, keep Dembele, then replace him with Bissouma. I like it. Yeah, keep Dembele until he ages out. Bissouma comes in, you replace him, just kind of like we did in real life. If only we could have gotten a player of Bissouma's caliber right as we lost Dembele. You know, we've kind of been in the mud, Spurs. We've been in a rut. We've been clawing our way back to the top where we belong. And I think the loss of Dembele was the catalyst that kind of started the downward slide. I always say this, but Eriksen never was the same after Dembele left. And I think it was because Dembele was doing part of Eriksen's job. Anyway, and I think it kind of goes to show at United, I know he's older and I know that he died on the pitch one time. And so he's obviously not going to be the same player, but he's not nearly as important, Eriksen, at United as he was here. And I think that's because he's got more work to do and he's less of a luxury player there. You know, but anyway, guys, we've got Wayne. Wayne says, keep Dembele at a push and replace him with Bissouma. I say, let's go with the future. Let's take Bissouma. Bissouma's a young man. If we got Dembele when he was much older, I think, than Bissouma is now. Let me look up Bissouma's age. I don't want to be wrong about this. Yves Bissouma. This man is... He was born in 1996. He's 27. So, you know what? Scratch what I said. We didn't get him much earlier than we got Dembele. But still, I'm keeping Bissouma. Kind of just to rile things up a little bit. But yeah, so that's option number one here. We've got our first one. Wayne Bonner says keep Dembele. I say keep Bissouma. But anyway, if you're watching this on repeat, please get your votes into the chat. The reason why I said that you couldn't pick Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, sir, is because our next one is Pierre versus Sandro. And this one's not going to be easy either, because I think they're very similar in what they offer. I feel like they're very similar in play style, in their leadership qualities. I don't know. This one's really hard for me. I know that for some people it might not be, but yeah, the fun comes when we have to replace Bissouma. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, my man. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Hopefully, we're already looking into that. Like I said, he's 27. We got a couple more years in the top. It'll be fine, and yeah, hopefully we've got somebody else in pipe to back him up. Jonathan Patrick is in the house. Big up, my team. Big up to yourself, dog. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing really well. Haven't talked to you in a while, man. We got to change that. Hope you're good. John Fitzpatrick. Wayne says this one's easy though. Keep Sandro, hands down, all day long. Yeah, he was a beast, man. He was a monster on the pitch. Had he not got those knee injuries, I'd love to imagine, you know, how he would have played, you know, like with Dembele. Would have been crazy. As long as you had a creative player in that three-man midfield. But yeah, guys, Fitzy, what do you think about this one here? Who are you keeping? Are you keeping Sandro or are you keeping Højbjerg? Like I said, I think it's tough. I think it's tougher than Wayne does for sure. Yeah, what you got, man? Just take that comment off so you can get a good look at these beautiful faces here. God, I think it's Sandro for me too, Wayne. I think I gotta keep Sandro. He was so much fun to watch, and he loved the club so much. He still loves the club so much. So this is tough, guys. Everyone who's watching right now, if you could, between Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Sandro, who would you keep? Who would you send to West Ham? Fitzy says it's easy. It's easy, Fitzy says. Keep Sandro. All right, man. All right. I get it. I think I'd keep Sandro too. And real quick, Fitz, I'm going to throw it back. You missed the first one, which was Bissouma versus Dembele. I'd like to see your answer on this real quick before like I said, this is a quick Keeper West Ham today. We've got other things to tend to. But yeah, Fitzy, out of this matchup here, Basuma, the new, versus Dembele, the old, very similar players in my opinion. But Basuma has the better pass, but maybe not quite as good of a dribbler. It's tough. I picked Basuma just to kind of rile things up. Wayne Bonner, the man himself, he picked Dembele, of course. But yeah, I'd like to see who you've got. That's hard, says Fitzpatrick. Well, that's what she said. And yeah, man, I agree though. It's hard. It is hard. Depends on, I guess, what team you're putting him into. Fitzy says keep Basuma. It's not just me. It is not just me. Fitzy also says to keep Basuma. Again, Fitzy, I'm no shades, no cap. Camera looks a little blurry. Let me see if I can fix that. Boom, and I'm back, babies. Yeah, so beautiful ball. This is what peak male performance looks like, guys. Just get used to it. But yeah, so that was Keeper West Ham today. Thank you, everyone, for participating in what was a very, very fun game. And like I said, if you're watching this on replay, please get your answers into the comments. Just interested to see what you guys have to say. Maybe you could change my mind. Having my mind change is like my favorite thing in the world. So many people are like stuck, with the way they think. You can change my mind. I'm all for it. So yeah, get those comments in, everybody. Smash the like. It's greatly appreciated. But now it's time to get to the real show. The Ange Lovin'. Yeah. Spurs fans love Big Ange, and I think that goes kind of without saying. Let me get that beautiful picture of that beautiful man back up here, guys. Look at this. What a babe. He's Australian. He's beautiful. He's big. He's got a round face. It's Big Ange. Can we win at the weekend, says Fitzpatrick. I think Big Ange says yes. Big Ange says we can win against anybody, baby. All right, but this music's getting me way too hype. Anyway, can we win at the weekend? Yeah, I think we can. I mean, we could also lose. It's one of those where I could easily see it going either way. But yes, a Greek god, says Fitzpatrick, another fellow Australian. He is not Greek, Fitzpatrick, if you can't tell by the name, but he recognizes a Greek god when he sees one. Yeah, guys, we got him, and whether or not he was our first choice of manager, I don't care. Don't care at all. I hope he was third choice, and I hope we just got him out of pure luck. That would just kind of be beautiful in a way to me. Can you imagine right now, had we gotten Pochettino? I don't know. Question I want to pose to you guys, kind of before we get into the Ange business. If you had the chance, would you take Pochettino? Like, I guess my question is the real question. Do you think Pochettino would be doing better here than he is at Chelsea? I do. The squad would be better, younger. I mean, he's got some young players there too. I don't know. Poch didn't do too well at PSG either. Is a club of our size and stature the only place he can do it? Anyway, this isn't a show about Poch. Just curious. Yeah, so we're talking about Ange here, and one of my favorite things about Ange is he is unconventional. Look at this guy here. I know I'm pulling him up again. This man right here just got his first job in the Premier League. That alone is unconventional. Look at the age of this guy. I'm not saying he's old. He's in his 50s, late 50s. But, I mean, shoot. It's just beautiful to me. I love seeing things that are outside the norm. I think that's what gets you further in life, is to do things differently and maybe not go down the same road that everyone else goes down. And like I said, be it a constellation or what. I mean, we've got Postecoglou at Spurs, and we love him here. But yeah, I'm just trying to imagine us with Poch or with Nagelsmann, and it just doesn't feel as good, Maybe our call, or maybe our play would be similar under Nagelsmann. But I mean, would there be that same love, that same feeling, that same unity among the fans that we haven't had in so long? And neither of those two guys had a round face. And look at this. We love round-faced managers. We do better under bigger round-faced managers. It's just a thing. It's statistical at this point. So yeah, just kind of throwing that out there. Poch was a pretender. Ange is a winner. I like that a lot. Yeah, Big Ange is a winner. He wins something everywhere he goes. It's just the way the man works. And I know he said the same thing about Conte, but Conte he's kind of like Taken. He's got a very specific set of skills, and if you cannot compile him the perfect team, he can't do it. But the beauty of Postecoglou is, and this kind of works in perfect where I was going, Postecoglou can find players that are hidden gems. He can unearth players from leagues that you wouldn't have expected. He can find you a wonderful player hidden amongst the weeds. And that kind of brings me to our beautiful BJ here, Brennan Johnson. Be honest, you guys. Be honest here. Were you familiar with BJ before we signed him? Because I was not. But I also, will be honest, and not a big Nottingham Forest fan, and I don't really see them play very much. But yeah, I was not familiar with Brennan Johnson. I think that's, and he's come in. He's immediately been a starter in our squad. I think that's just a sign of what's to come under Ange. Yeah, I'd be interested. Either of you guys watching? Looks like we got two in here right now. What's up, you boys? Were you familiar with BJ? Whenever we first said that we were linked with him, I thought it was a joke. Not even kidding. Adrian Stroka, though, says, good afternoon. All good afternoon to you, Mr. Adrian. We already played Keeper West Ham. We are now talking about Ange Postecoglou. I was wondering, and I'll pose the question to you too, Adrian. Be honest, were you familiar with Brennan Johnson before we signed him? This is kind of in the, we're talking about Big Ange, unearthing hidden gems. I know Brennan Johnson's not a hidden gem, but he definitely wasn't a player that was on my radar. So yeah, Wayne says, Poch never had that final push in him. He wasted his time at PSG and Chelsea managing too many egos with ludicrous trades for fees. 100%. He would be doing way better at Spurs right now, but too bad, so sad. See you, bud. We've got Ange now. And I know that sounds cruel. For a while, I was mad at Pochettino for going to Chelsea, but now I'm just over it. I think it's because he's not succeeding, to be honest. But anyway, any news on Johnson and Madison? Great question. Johnson's fine. I heard they took him off like completely as a precaution. He's totally good. A little bit of a tweak to his hammy. Then we have this. Just look at. We're looking at his right leg. The leg on your left here. That's not exactly how knees are supposed to go. But according to everything I've heard, Wayne, he's good. He's good to go. He'll be good to play this weekend, which is amazing to me. I'm not really sure how that worked out or happened, but complete luck, and I am fine with it. We are so unlucky at Spurs that when we get some luck, I will take it. So yeah, looks like Johnson and Madison are both fine, and I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them play this weekend. Now start, I'm not so sure. I think Madison will start because of necessity. I think that we can afford to keep BJ on the bench and bring him out if it looks like we need a spark. But yeah, great question, and I'm glad you asked because we were definitely working our way there. But yeah, Wayne. So again, Spurs fans love Big Ange. I love Big Ange. So do we expect him to continue to make these signings that are kind of under the radar? He has been doing it everywhere he's gone, partly out of necessity. He goes to these clubs that are in need of a rebuild, and not only does he rebuild a club, but he wins a trophy usually that same year. I know this is the Premier League; it's a whole different ball game, but I don't know. I have hope, and I have confidence in this man to do the job here. But yeah, do we expect him to continue to make under the radar signings? And like this one, I mean like Brennan Johnson. Do we think that we're going to continue to see players? We've got a Danny Rose whenever we hear their name. I do, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's how he's made his name. That's what he's done. This music's got me bopping. Sorry. Yeah, but anyway, guys, we will continue to keep unearthing hidden gems. One thing I like too is this comment from Big Ange himself. He said, this was after his first year at Celtic, but he said it was really beneficial for us last year to do business early in January. That helped us in the back half of the season. Love that. Love that he said that. Hopefully he's carrying that attitude with him here, and we're allowing him to do that, because we can see, everybody can see that we're a little short in certain areas. We're a little, we're a little thin in spots, 1 or 2 injuries, and we're not looking great. So we definitely need to get in some players during the January transfer window. If Levy has any sense about him, he'll back Ange in every window. 100%, man. 100%. And then Fitzy says, you planning on going to a game this season? Man, I thought I was going to get to, but when I go to London, it's the last game of the season. It's Sheffield, and it's away, and I'm not I don't have points. I'm not a season ticket holder, obviously, so I don't think I'll be able to do it. I could probably get to Sheffield, but I just can't get in the stadium. I thought about like writing to the club and asking and being like, oh, I'm just some poor American, but I really love the club. Can I come? And see if they'll like work something out, but I highly doubt it. Oh man, Eltel Cockero, afternoon / good morning, Colin. Hey, good afternoon, my man. Hopefully they are not working you too hard today. I don't know what you do for work, but they've got you working all the time, my man. We're just talking about Postecoglou here, and just kind of unearthing these hidden gems, and that's kind of the way that he's done things his entire career. He's been unorthodox his whole career, Jose, and I like that. I like that, he's got his first job in the Premier League at 57. I like that he's managed in all of these strange different leagues around the world. I like that he's got experience that most managers don't have. And yeah, I bet you do too, because I think, like all Spurs fans, you're excited about what's happening and what's to come. You missed keeper West Ham. And guys, I don't do this for everybody, but Jose is my man. Real quick, Jose, I'm going to throw these up for you. Bissouma versus Dembele, new versus old, players that break the lines. One's a better dribbler, one's a better passer. So that's one I need an answer from you on. And this one here, Hojbjerg versus Sandro. Yeah, throw your answers in the chat, man. But we still are talking about the new boss, the new gaffer, the new main man, Postecoglou. Love him. Okay, real quick, he said Dembele keep. Figured. I'm actually going with Bissouma, but that's kind of just to ruffle some feathers. I like the passing range he's got on him. Fitzpatrick says Van der Ven looks like a hidden gem. What a CB he is. Yes, he is. He's an awesome center back. And that goes with this right here. Do we expect Postecoglou to keep making under the radar signings like this one? Agreed 100%. But if you ask Jacob from United Spurs of America, he wasn't a hidden gem. Jacob knew about him years ago, and he's been clamoring for him, and we finally got him. Looks like they do indeed watch some Spurs podcasts, specifically United Spurs of America. And if you're watching this and somehow you haven't checked out that channel, please do. It's a very, very dear friend of mine, United Spurs of America, led by a man named Jacob. He's a great guy. Go check out that channel sometime. It's wonderful. But not before the show's over here, of course. And then real quick, Eltel Cockrell, Mr. Jose himself says Sandro keep. Okay, yeah, that's who I kept in that one as well. So awesome, Blossom. Glad you're here. And you know what? Here, just a minute. I'm gonna throw in the link. But yes, so I also threw up this, and I just want to throw up again. It was really beneficial for us last year to do business early in January. That helped us in the back half of the season. I'm hoping and praying that we see that again this year, because we are so thin. Madison goes down, which we all thought he was going to. Then we've got, I love Decky. I love him, but I think he's such a step down in quality from Madison that it's insane. And to have him as our main attacking midfielder, playmaker, I think it's just, we're going to look shitty. And I really don't want that to happen. He's fine. I love having him on the wing, but dear God, I don't really want him to play that playmaker attacking midfielder role. Eltel saying that Van de Ven wasn't a hidden gem. More and more players are being scouted by a wider group of coaches. Yeah, absolutely. Chris Peters, Hi, all. Sorry I'm late. Had a meeting. No apologies necessary, man. But I hope your meeting went well. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad you don't have to worry about that crap anymore. But yeah. Thanks for being here, man. I shouted you out real hard at the beginning. But again, thank you for the Patreon membership. Truly appreciate you, man. Helping keep the lights on in the place. Also wanted to tell everybody again, this is what peak male performance looks like. No hat, no shades, no hiding today. Fitzy says, in my opinion, where's the weak links in our team right now? Great question. You could say that right now our first 11 is pretty solid. As far as a weak link, it might be that we have absolutely nothing in terms of backup striker. I think that Richarlison, although a good guy and seems like he tries really hard, I think that he's trash, and I don't think he's going to come good for us. And I would rather have Carlos Vinicius, who actually can score goals and play, a traditional striker role. We've got so many players that can do kind of, a budget version of what Sonny does, but we don't have an out-and-out striker. And I know that Ange's team doesn't necessarily call for one, but it would be nice to have, late on in games to throw somebody there who can lump balls up to. Weak leagues all around. Strength in a deep squad. Exactly. We definitely need. Exactly. Wayne's got it too. For me, our weak link is the lack of real depth. Totally agree with you, man. We absolutely need to get some players in. Absolutely. And we know that Big Ange likes to get into the market early, especially the January market. He knows how much it can help and be beneficial through the season, again, as evidenced by this comment by him. But he also said this, which I thought was cool. The Japanese and Asian market is one I'm really familiar with, and I still think there's value there for players, and I know how they would fit into what we do. Again, this was him when he was at Celtic. So this comment, it's not about Spurs or anything specifically, but I mean, he's the Spurs manager now. I doubt that he's changed his mind much. It's not like being the Spurs manager somehow made him not manage in Asia for all those years. So I'm excited about the players he could possibly bring in. I wanted to ask you guys, we'll come back to this. I wanted to ask you guys, though, if you thought there were any players, any Asian players or any players, that maybe that he had at Celtic that you thought could do the job here. The one player for me that I think could maybe do it is, and I'm going to mispronounce his name, Maeda. But yeah, I think that he could definitely do bits here. Would he be a starter? I don't know, but we shouldn't be talking about starters and bench players. We should be talking about the squad. I think any player should be able to, step in for any player at any time. And I think Maeda could. I think he could do it. I think he could do bits in the league. I know that some people think it's too big of a step up for him, but I'd like to hear what you guys think. I got his stats right over here, and at Celtic he's looked great. So far this season, only 1 goal and 1 assist on 6 matches. Last season though, 8 goals, 5 assists. Season that before that, he was 6 goals, 5 assists. I mean, it's not like amazing numbers, but we've been talking about, without Kane, the goals are going to have to be shared around. No longer can we do this rely on one player to score all the goals bullshit. And so I think having him there would be great. Eltel Cockerell says that, we're still talking about Evan Ferguson. Okay. England needs to legalize. What's up, Donna Sievers? Love you. Good to have you here. We were talking about Maeda? I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is embarrassing. But with the player for Celtic, do you think he could come to Tottenham and play? Just again, curious about what you got to say. And there's a couple other players I'm looking at from the Asian market as well. We've got the Sonny lookalike. Let me change my banner here. Kang-in Lee. He also, I think, would be a great addition to the squad. I think we need to get him in ASAP. I think his familiarity with Sonny would be amazing. He definitely. I have his stats up here too, surprisingly, you guys. But let me see. So he plays for Mallorca, of course. In the 22-23 season, he got 6 goals, 6 assists. But just to say, I almost think he's better than the numbers look for him. he's a great player. Anytime I've taken the time out of my day to watch him play, I've enjoyed it, and I've instantly thought we need to have this guy on the team. He could learn so much from Sonny. I mean, them training together every day would be wonderful. They're each kind of that winger, attacking midfielder type of player. Yeah, be awesome. So yeah, just curious what you guys think about any of these Asian players. We know for a fact that our manager does like to scout from those leagues. I mean, obviously the players I'm talking about are already in Europe, but still, they're not getting a lot of attention, and I think maybe they should be. And we're getting back to Evan Ferguson. Let's just talk about him for a sec. Everybody wants to. Fitzy says Evan Ferguson is the man Mr. Sign. I think he's a little young, personally. So blurry. Let me try to fix that. But yeah, I think Evan Ferguson is a little bit young, but I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing if you're good enough, you're old enough. Eltel says that, yeah, he's a good player, but with the heavy English tax, they're already quoting 120 mil. I don't know. In your opinion, Fitzy, should we have just turned around, taken the Kane money, and then just bought Ferguson right away? Seems like it makes sense. Fitzpatrick now says 120 million is a bargain. In 2 years from now, he'll be 200 mil easy. Also, Eltel, Ferguson isn't English. He's Irish, brother. Oh, that's amazing. And I didn't know that he was Irish, but I guess he's homegrown. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Oh, okay. Just a reference to the Prem tax. I get it. He's already done it in the league. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And that's why I think that we should be after some of these players that I was talking about here because they haven't been in the Premier League, but I think that they could cut it in the Premier League. And the last player we got to talk about here is Kubo. He looks awesome. I just love watching him play. He's so fun. I've got his stats up too. They're not, I mean, all of these guys, their stats are good, but not great, not elite. But they haven't been coached by what is, in my opinion, an elite manager playing an elite style of football that fits them like a glove. Let me get this comment off here real quick. Sorry about that, Eltel. But just wanted to throw up here the stats. Last year, Kubo, 9 goals, 4 assists in the league in 35 matches that he played. This year so far in 6 matches, 4 goals, 1 assist. Great player. Snag him up. Get him. I just think that if Postecoglou has come out and said, that he's familiar with these markets, he's familiar with these players, he's been scouting them, I really wouldn't be surprised if we pick up another player, of some Asian nationality, just because Postecoglou has been watching him play for years, no doubt. And I'd love to know what you guys think. Are any of the 3 players that I threw up there good enough for our squad? Do you think they'd be good additions? What do you guys think? Again, it was King and Lee, Maeda, and Kubo. Just curious. I think that they could all play a part. Any one of them would fit, and I wouldn't be upset if we got any of them in. But that's just me. That's totally just me. Willing to have my mind changed. But we are getting close to wrapping it up, guys. I wanted to keep this one short today. I just wanted to talk a bit about our manager, a bit about the fact that we've gotten lucky in getting somebody who likes to unearth these hidden gems, who likes to find a player that hasn't gotten enough attention and bring them in, get the best out of them, surprise people, play with what he has. He's the perfect. Everyone who hates Levy will hate this, but he's the perfect manager for Levy because he can make do with what he has. He can take a player and transform them and make them better than they are, and he can also make a team that's better than the sum of its parts. And we gotta say that's an important thing. I think that's what made Manchester United a force for years and years and years, was that they played for each other, they played for their manager, and it looks like we're doing that now. I'm very, very excited. Will I be doing a stream at the weekend? Of course I will. I'm actually thinking of doing a watch along. I know that sounds dumb. You don't have to watch it, but some of my friends were asking me if I would do a watch along. Thinking about doing that. You could, you could turn off your, you can turn off the commentary. You can listen to my beautiful voice. It's an option. But I also want to do a pre and post. I've got a Liverpool supporter in my family, so I'm going to do a little interview with him, a recorded interview that I'll play at my show. We'll do a pre and a post match interview. The post might be a little rough depending on how the match goes. Do a pre-match show, says Fitzy. We'll do, man. Yeah, I'll do a pre-match, and then we'll just roll that into the I'll just roll that into the watch along. That's perfect. And hey, Beer Talk is in the house. What's up? This is your first comment. I didn't know you were here, man. You and Jacob doing a watch along would be epic. Tell him that. I'm not sure how much fun he had doing it last weekend, to be completely honest. Maybe he loved it. It was his first one. Oh, you said morning already. My bad, dog. I missed you. NA Beer Talk in the house. But yeah, tell Jacob. Message Jacob next time you see him live. I'll do it too. But the more people that tell him, how could he say no? Perfect. NA Beer Talk. I've been telling everybody. I'll tell you too. No cap. No glasses. All natural, baby. This is what peak male performance looks like. But we've got liver poop at the weekend, guys. We talked about Ange. We've talked about what he does, why we're so lucky to have him. The style of football he plays, real quick, is nuts. I encourage you guys to watch some videos about it on YouTube, to just talk tactically about what he does, the diamonds that he creates, this double diamond, which always kind of leaves us with a player open to work the ball up the field. It's great stuff. He's a wonderful manager. He's one of the only managers in the world, I think, right now playing with two inverted wingers. A lot play with one. They're doing that right now at Cité. They're playing with one inverted fullback, but he's got the two. It's a very, very interesting system, and it just, I don't know. He seems to make it work everywhere he goes. Yeah, baby. I hate to say it, NA Beer Talk, but we are closing out here in just a moment, and I apologize for that. I know you just tuned in. For you, I'll throw these up too. Here were the keeper West Ham options today, sir. We had Bissouma versus Musa, and Sandro versus Pierre. Real quick, I want to see your answers on this before we end the show. Gosh, this music just grooves. Love it. But as I say that, I'm changing it. So to some smooth jazz. Maybe my new show music, kind of show I'm wrapping up. But as I wrap it up, yes, Adrian is the man. Everyone watch it. Everybody. And the episode regarding Zone 14, it's less than 10 minutes. Watch it, please. It's awesome. You'll be glad you did. Also, again, I've gotten into audiobooks lately. I'm in the car a lot, and Inverting the Pyramid. I'm about halfway through. What a cool book that is. So everybody give that a look-see too. I mean, hey, that's not wrong. It's not wrong to like Pierre. It's not wrong to like Pierre. But running your ass off all morning. Oh, okay. You just mean like chores and stuff, like not literally going out on a run. Good. Running stupid. Don't do it if you don't have to, sir. But yeah, no, it's okay. But Pierre first came, I loved him, and the only reason that I loved him less was just because it's lame. But in that Fulham match, he looked so like he wasn't interested, like he didn't want to be at Spurs anymore. And I think that at that time we had already kind of told him he could leave, so maybe he didn't, and maybe he's back now. But I don't know. If the players want to be here, I just don't want him here. But voice crack. But yeah, you do. You really do. Please watch it. Please watch it, Chris. And again, I just wanted to tell everybody here that I really appreciate you being here. As always, you guys make it. It wouldn't be the same. I wanted to, again, as we close out, say wherever you are in the world, hope that you are having a beautiful day, whether it's beautiful outside or not. It's raining and storming here, but I'm going to have a beautiful day because we only have, X amount of days to live. We never know. So get out there and really just make today yours. Do something nice for somebody. It feels good. I hope you have the best possible day you can have. I hope everything that you do today goes right. Work hard, guys. Anything is possible. And with that, now I'm going to ask for money because I'm lame. We got a Patreon for that channel. And there it is. And if you'd like to be a patron, please do. If not, or you can't, no worries. Just liking and subscribing to the channel helps me so much. So, guys, thank you. Please, on your way out, smash the like. And just take a look at this Patreon. See if maybe there's something that strikes your fancy. There's three membership options, and there's some goodies that go with each one. Chris and Wayne, I need your shirt sizes. If you want to throw them in the chat now, that's totally cool. But yeah, I'm gonna need your shirt sizes. I got something coming to you. Got a big old shipment of DHgate kits coming, and in different sizes and stuff. And I'm gonna be divvying those out to the people that need them. So yeah, guys, shirt sizes, please. Donna, thank you for the beard love. It needs a little trim, to be honest, but thank you. I appreciate you and love you. Have a good one, fam. And then we've just got so much love in the chat. I'm almost sad to end this because so many people are just talking, hanging out. Wayne though says he's a medium UK, large in the US. I'll write that down here. Is it funny that I'm looking on the floor for pens? I'll just put it on the computer. Notepad. US medium, UK. Wait, US large, UK medium. Boom. And then finally, Chris, I think you probably just commented yours in there too, Bob, right? Oh, no, you didn't. Chris, what size shirt are you, buddy? I need to know. Anyway, these kits don't have names on them. They are from DHgate. You'll probably get a couple of wears out of them before they fall apart. But Daniel Levy doesn't get any of your money, and I know that's important to some people. So, and also they were very cheap for me to buy a lot of them. Anyway, everyone, thank you again for joining. It has been wonderful to have you here on Talk and Ball, the channel where we talk about ball, be it Tottenham, or sometimes we'll even talk about other clubs. Today we focused on Ange Postecoglou, his unconventional style of managing and his unconventional style of scouting. Thank you again for joining us. I truly appreciate you all. And I just wanted to throw up that without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. The show is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you for joining, and come on, you Spurs.